Hey folks, it's Sunday. We're getting closer and closer to unlocking up this country. I hope the week was treating you really good. And I want to just take a few moments to kind of reflect back on a little bit of what I talked about last week with the fact that now's the time that we've got to start looking at new skills. Obviously, a lot of people, I've been talking to a lot of friends, and they're like, I don't want this to happen to me again. So the first thing I suggested is, okay, what's your side hustle? And kind of setting up a strategy for coming out of this. And that's where I want to take this discussion is, what type of a strategy are we looking at now? Are we looking at financial? Maybe you reevaluated your health and said, okay, got to do something about it. I know a lot of my friends, myself also, been feeling a little puffy lately simply because not having the gym open and just that feeling of not wanting to do anything. So obviously I'm putting health back in line there. Did a lot of walking this week just to keep the juices flowing. It was nice weather out, so that did help motivate me just to get out of the house and to get that done. So, whether it be looking at work, we just discussed health. Finances is also, kind of falling into that work thing as compared to nest egging, looking at different options. Now, the one thing that we want to look at, and I encourage you as a viewer to look at, is the idea of passive income. And that's basically having money work for you. It does involve sometimes a little bit of hustle depending on what you do. If you want passive income as real estate, you're going to have to be out there. You're going to have to spend some time looking at your properties, putting in the bids. So understand that for a while, there is going to be time and work involved. Okay. Anything that happens over here and they say, oh, this is the perfect side hustle, 9 times out of 10, there has to be work involved. If they're not showing you the work that it takes, I wouldn't buy into it. Investing in stocks, okay, E-Trade and all these that are online, you can do all that. However, you've got to do the homework, and that's understanding what you're purchasing, how it's going to work, all of that. And if you don't, you're just hurting yourself. Okay, so if you don't understand that for extra income to come in the beginning, there has to be work. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen. So when people talk about that side hustle, I let them know, look, there's work involved. We mentioned last week, hey, this is going to be a great time for yard sales, garage sales, community block sales, and all that. This is a place to find those hidden treasures, but once again, putting that stuff out there on eBay and reselling it, there's work involved. Now, I get the fact that a lot of people are like, well, just turn it into something turnkey. Sometimes turning it something into turnkey needs to start slow so that turnkey just is automatic. And the idea is this. Robert Kiyosaki talks about this. Anybody that deals with real estate a lot of times will talk about this. Network marketers also talk about this. And I'll get to that in just a second because I do like the idea of network marketing. But it's the idea of money working for you rather than you working for money. Now, the reason I wanted to kind of talk about network marketing is, one, it is a side hustle. And there's a number of credible network marketing establishments that are out there. These are very credible ones. They're ethical ones. And what you want to do is make sure that you're getting attached and associated with a group that does have a lot of ethics involved. And making sure that you follow their system. Because if you don't follow their system, I'm going to tell you right now, you're just adding more. But the idea is through that, one, you're going to be offering or selling some sort of a product that you're going to have to engage with people, and you're going to be enrolling people. So there's sales involved. There's going to be some leadership development in that as well. That's why I like the idea of network marketing, is it starts you off small, learning the art of sales. And I'm the type of person that believes that sales is a necessity in any walk of life that you do. Sales is part of it. And all sales is communicating one thought to another person. That's it. And then getting them into agreeance or assurance or move the conversation on a little more. That's all it is. And it's really simple. Okay, so look into it. Now, with the network marketing, you're going to have to also manage your time, because there's going to be time involved. The upline will always tell you, or these are the people above you, however you want to look at the network, your trainers, your leaders, or whatever. They're going to tell you that they're going to invest time in you. That is absolutely true. However, you need to kind of meet them about 75% of the way. A lot of times they're going to ask you to create a leads list. It's your hot 100. Or you're going to have to be out there self-prospecting. And I encourage it simply because it's going to get you out of your comfort zone. It's going to get you talking. It's going to force you into that. But the cool thing is if you do it hardcore, and by hardcore, I mean really putting a good effort into it on the nights that you say you're going to do it, or the afternoons, or whatever, however you're going to do it, but you lasered in on that. And if you're a couple and you've agreed to do it as a team, or the other spouse is bought into it, or the other partner is bought into it, it's going to move a lot smoother, and it's going to take 1 to 2 years. For those 90-day turnovers, that's usually for that big first level of promotion, and it's designed that way. Okay. However, I will let you know that with network marketing, it is multi-level, a lot of it, and the system is designed for failure simply because it's only going to work if the person works it. So, you always hear when you do work, you do work. So remember that. But I'm a big, big, big supporter of network marketing. And it's just because it's going to show your true potential. You're going to set goals, everything like that. If you want some ideas on network marketing companies to get into, or some more information about that, leave a comment down below. I'll be glad to answer all those questions. And a lot of times I'm able to refer you to somebody in an organization that I feel would be a good fit for you. I follow probably 15 multi-level network marketing companies throughout my social media, simply because I like the ideas. I like the information that they're feeding into my head. And they're kind of the reason I got into sales in the first place and moved along. So finances, obviously a huge thing. Why right now? Simply because this has been a financial crisis. And I think many of us have taken this time, especially those of us that are in that pinch area. Okay. Super affluent people, probably well over $250,000 a year. This was a hiccup to them, but it wasn't a cold. Most people probably under $250,000. This was a cold to pneumonia type situation. And so we got to look at what do we got to do to ensure we're not there again. And we're going to, let it happen once. Shame on us the first time. Number 2, we got to learn from this, and we've got to protect ourselves. A couple of things that I noticed is having accessible cash, straight up liquid cash, is good. Also, having my assets make me money is kind of another thing. And if I'm going to purchase something, is it something that brings value to my life? Is it something that I can use for multiple items, multiple things, or is this just a feel-good thing for that moment? Something to think about when we go through that. Also, so health, finances, job. Let's look at our spiritual well-being as well. I'm sure a lot of people, they kind of went into themselves, did some meditation, maybe got with their spiritual counselors. But I think this also brought us closer to an entity we really don't know a whole lot about. And we're starting to see where this can take us, and just to show us that we are better people. I believe Mother Nature's goal was, okay, reset everything. Let's make these people now better people, and let's see if they learn their lesson. Okay, so we've gone through that, and now it's network, friendships, relationships. I'm sure we took some time to really evaluate, or, we're now looking at our friends list going, does this person benefit? How are they a benefit? Where are they going to fall into my new circle of friends to make me a better person? And are they kind of going to be in the first layer? They're going to be in that second layer, and I'm bringing them up to me. Are going to be those things. It's always been true. You are the sum of your 5 closest friends. And that's financially, that's spiritually, that's health-wise, that's all of that. Look at your 5 closest friends and go, am I on their level? And if you can safely say, yeah, we're all comfortably leveled up at that point, I would encourage you and those 5 other friends, go find somebody that's above you. You don't want to be the smartest person in the room. That way you're just, and what you're going to find is that domino effect happening. The laws of the universe, this is a perfect storm for it all to happen. So let's look at that as well, and that network that could be lining us up for, a job promotion, or maybe a new career. Maybe that's your connection into that passive income, being an angel investor into a company for a couple of $100, if that's possible for you. Stuff like that. That way you are sharpening your saw the entire way. And that's something that I fully believe in. A lot of what I do speak are kind of my beliefs and my thoughts, but it's coming from well over 30 years in the work field, the business field, just life. And I'm the type of person that's had life hit me in the face numerous times, and how I got up and how I felt and how I recovered and where I went from it. So let's take this week, look at some major areas: financial, health, spiritual, network. Let's put everything in order, because we're about ready to go full steam into this beast. And if our ducks aren't in a row, we're going to be behind the plate, and we really don't want to be that. We want to be the ones out there leading the pack. Have a great week. I'll talk to you soon.